one time for your mind.
Alright, so I have a lot of thoughts. First of all, these are my first impressions now, so there are a lot of thoughts to talk about. This is my first Switch. I had a Switch Lite, but this is my first actual Switch that has the removable Joy-Con, so I'm pretty excited about it already. And not to mention that this is my first console that I got on day one. Today is the release date of the Switch 2, and I got it on the same day. Never done that before for any consoles that I've ever had, so excited about it already because of that hype that they've been building up. So I got a lot of thoughts to talk about. First of all, this build quality. It feels a lot more premium than any of the other Switches that I've used personally. It's not like a huge night and day difference in terms of quality, but it definitely feels more premium, more well put together, more polished, I should say. And that's a good thing for it. Next up, the finish. It's all a matte finish. And I thought it would have a lot of fingerprints on it, but it's actually holding up pretty well. In the unboxing, you can tell there were some marks that my sweaty hands have left behind, but they went away. And it's handling the fingerprints a lot better than I thought it would, so that's another good thing. Secondly, these Joy-Cons are now magnetic, or thirdly I should say, but magnetic Joy-Cons, and that's nice. It's satisfying to take it in and out, I'm not gonna lie, but there's one more thing I want to talk about with the Joy-Cons, is that the magnet is stronger than I thought it would be. I don't know why, but you can even tell in the unboxing video when I pulled it apart, I had to do it a little harder than I thought because I didn't expect it to be that firmly in there, and that's also a good thing, you know. Some people had concerns of oh, it'll probably pop out and it's not that strong, but I think this will hold up. Now, one thing about these Joy-Cons is that because they're magnetic and they don't slide in with the rails, when I do use this console like this, I do notice a little bit of a flex. I mean, I'm not actually flexing it right now, but I'm just showing you. So that's why I'm kind of scared to hold it like that and like move it too much. So mainly I just hold it like this. I don't think it'll be a big issue because they have made these extrusions pretty long, so the actual flex of it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but just something to be careful about. I think if you have rough kids, it might be an issue potentially, but I think it should be fine for me at least. Oh yeah, one more thing about the Joy-Cons before I continue. These actually have a mouse sensor in it, and so I was surprised when I got these in the package, and I thought they were just wrist straps, but you can use them as wrist straps, but I guess once you put them on, like so, it's a little bit finicky for me, but once it's actually on, not only is it a wrist strap, but it also protects the actual Joy-Con itself when you're using it as a mouse. And not to mention, the mouse feature actually surprised me at how well it tracks as well. It works pretty well just based on the home screen and how I'm using it there. Pretty nice. I don't know if I'm going to be really using it for any games, but it's a nice feature to have regardless. And then moving on to the actual screen that we got here. It's a bigger screen than before, and I like it. Some people were concerned that, oh, this is a more expensive console. Why didn't they put an OLED screen like their Switch OLED? But honestly, just based on looking at it and just based on setting it up, I find it to be really good. Like, it doesn't feel like a cheap LCD panel. Like, it's got good color, it's got good brightness, feels like a quality display. Obviously not as good as an OLED, but nothing to really complain about from what I've seen. And bigger is better. We can actually see what we're doing on it as well. Now moving on to the speakers, when I was setting this up, or when I turned it on for the first time, there was an audio track that was playing. And just based on that audio track, I gotta say, the speakers sound better than I thought they would. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but because I've never listened to the original Switch's speakers for a prolonged amount of time, like, these sound pretty good. Like, I wouldn't, let me play YouTube really quickly, just to, hold on, 1 second. Wait, I can't get YouTube on this yet. I guess it's not compatible with the Switch 2 yet. Okay, well, never mind. But, you know, overall, I think the speakers sound great for a portable console like this. And the stand here is pretty quality as well. Like, it does not feel like a cheap stand. The hinges feel great. So when you're using it like a Switch and then you take out the Joy-Cons like this and you want to play around with it, I have full confidence in that stand. It seems great. And so do these Joy-Cons. Again, love how satisfying it is to click it in. I'm very excited to go deeper into it, play Mario Kart World, which I've got downloading right now. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. And not to mention, this is the other stuff that you get in the box. The Switch dock itself, which has a fan in it, by the way, to help keep this thing cool. Great addition. Don't know why they hadn't done that before, but it's just great. It means that this will have better performance when it's in dock. And then you also have a nice USB-C charger from Nintendo. You get the HDMI cord cable, and then you get the Joy-Con grip to you know, better grip the Joy-Cons. Anyway. Oh yes, how can I forget about the actual new C button that they have over here for a game chat. I don't know if I'll be using it, to be honest with you, because I just play by myself, or I play in person with all of the other people. But one thing to note about game chat is that it's free only until March 2026. After that, you have to have a Nintendo subscription to play online for it, so I guess it's just sort of giving you a taste of what game chat is. And then if you want it, and if you want to play online with all your other friends, then you gotta have the subscription. One more point to note with the new Switch is that with the SD cards, you can only use micro SD Express. You can't use the other older SD cards. It only will support the Express type. So don't go out and buy the normal ones thinking it'll work. It won't. Just remember that. Now, I didn't buy one because it comes with 256 gigs of storage, which is an improvement from the original Switch. A pretty big improvement, so that's actually a good thing that they've done with this Switch too. Alright, so far let me just sum up. Love the big screen. Love the build quality. It is more premium than before. I love the haptic engine, which I forgot to mention. It feels a lot nice, like the rumble feels a lot nice. The vibration feels a lot nicer, less cheap than before. And not that before was cheap, but like, you get the point. It's just nicer now, the vibration of the Joy-Cons, so that's a good thing. I also love the hinge that they got, and just overall really excited to get into this more, to download this game. It's taking another hour to download, but once that's done, I'm gonna be playing this a lot. I'm gonna be testing out the performance and really getting into it and seeing how I really feel about it. So far, of course, I'm very fresh on it. Day one, as I said, so if you have any questions, definitely let me know, and I'll probably answer them in the comments below. And of course, I'll probably make a second video to this to see how this has been holding up and if you should get it and whatnot. But yeah, let me know your questions. Let me know if anything else you want me to cover. And if you like this video, then like it. And if you loved it, then subscribe. And I'll see you later. Peace.